Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to this channel. If today is your first time of coming to Real Catfish channel, on this channel, just like the name implies, we talk basically about how to raise and rear catfish, be it at home or on the farm. And today we want to basically talk about the type of business you can actually invest in that is going to double or even triple your money if you do it the right way. Disclaimer, this is actually not a financial advice, and viewers at home and my subscribers, I implore you not to think if you do it this way you are going to get it this way. So that's actually a disclaimer from me. But however, if you do it the right way, you will still see what we are talking about. So what we want to discuss today, I have a colleague of mine that I'm going to be throwing some questions at him. We're going to do it together, and his name is Mr. David Shegun. He's going to be telling you, and he's going to be talking about what you can do with your 500,000 naira as your starting capital. Welcome with me, Mr. David Shegun.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ido, for bringing me on your channel.
It's a pleasure.
I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, that's great. Don't worry, I would have shook your hand, but because of coronavirus, and that is why I will not be shaking your hand. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen my guest, and his name once again is Mr. David Shegun, and he's a renowned fisherman. Yes, he knows it in and out, especially when it comes to hatching catfish. Of course, you might not know that of tilapia, but if you're looking for catfish, you see he's even looking like a catfish himself. Alright, so somebody once asked me, which type of business would you advise someone to do with 500,000 naira? That is like $990.
Wow.
Yes. So which type of business would you advise such person to invest in?
$500 and 500,000 naira.
Yes.
I think if I have that now in this Nigeria, before next 3 months, I will be rich.
Really?
Sure.
Which type of business will you invest in?
Okay. Let me introduce you to this hatchery of fish or a fish of a thing. I believe, yes.
I hope hatchery is not another pyramid scheme.
No.
What is hatchery? Is it another MMM?
This is not a Ponzi scheme.
Really?
Yes.
So, spill it out.
It's something you do with your own hands and you see the results yourself. You follow, you monitor everything. It's something you'll be seeing on a daily basis.
You just said that? He said you're going to use your hands to do it. Okay, let him explain better.
You'll be seeing it on a daily basis.
Like
how
the
your money is growing.
The flow is growing.
Yes.
Okay.
You see everything.
Okay, throw more light and we are all ears.
So, let's assume I have 500,000 naira now, today. That's a very good start. I guess, even if I don't have borehole at home, because that's the most important things you need.
Oh, you said hatchery.
Yes, hatchery.
Okay. See, anytime I hear something like something relating to money, my ears is always inclined. I thought it's more or less like MMM, that you just put your money in the hatchery and the hatchery will bring the returns. So you just mentioned borehole.
Yes.
Does it mean this business you want to introduce us to, we need a borehole sunk or something?
Yes.
Okay.
You need borehole to do it.
We need borehole to do it.
Yes.
Okay. So what is this business all about?
Okay. It's all about you having your little change at hand. Then you just invest it. Get bull stock. What I mean by bull stock is get female fish and male fish that you can use to hatch successfully, that will give you a better result. So once
it means we want to hatch fish.
Yes.
That is the word hatching.
Hatching.
Okay.
But before that, let's not go into that now. Before that, at least let's start with this 500,000 naira first.
Okay.
Let's see how long 500,000 naira can go in this business.
Okay. So if you want to start this hatching of a thing, is there any special thing, or is there any requirement, or any basic things you have to put in place before starting an hatchery farm?
Sure.
So can you expatiate on some of these basic things you need to have before starting an hatchery farm?
One of the most important basic things you need is this borehole, like I said.
Okay.
You have to make sure you have a very good borehole ready. Not just anyhow borehole that will like supply you water for some days, then
the water gets exhausted.
The water gets exhausted. Get a very good borehole that
with
has
high
enough,
recharge
rate of water. Trust me, if you have this, you're already a millionaire.
Ordinary borehole.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. You just sat down and okay, continue. Let me know interrupting because it's sweet in my hair.
Yes. So once you have your borehole ready,
all right.
I think with your 500,000, oh my goodness, you are good to go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think part of what you are going to still need is you're going to need a piece of land. It depends on you, and even if you are living exactly, if you have the money, and if you do not have the money, you can still use a rented apartment to do it. Just make sure you tell your landlord that you want to erect something in his compound. Otherwise, by the time you finish erecting it, your landlord will just come and give you quick notice and say, bye, I don't want you again. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you're going to need tarpaulin, you're going to need planks, especially if you do not have spare room like the way I'm doing. As you can take a good look at some of the videos I've made, in one of my own spare rooms, I was able to convert my spare room into my hatchery farm. So if you have that as well, you can do it. And if you do not have, you can actually use a space where you're going to be using a tarpaulin and some planks. The carpenter, they're going to do it for you. And if you're interested in setting it up and you don't know how to do it, you can actually contact us using the comment section below each of these videos. So you will observe that I interrupted him and I paused him just like this. So I want to play him back so that he can continue with the basic needs. Play. So what are the basic needs apart from the borehole? You need the tank, or what do you call it? Yes.
You have your reservoir already.
Okay.
Where your water store. And again, you need your own extra tank again, where you raise the... Okay,
so out of the 500,000 naira, let's assume you have scaled through having a borehole, and right now with 500,000 naira, now we're going to be deducting the 500,000 naira, and you're going to be telling us how we're going to spend it. So on the tank, we are talking about that white tank you observe I use for my own hatchery farm. That is the tank I'm talking about now. That tank, averagely, what is the average cost price in Nigeria?
It's not more than 35,000 naira.
Maximum.
Maximum.
That is the maximum. And the reason why we got our home for 35,000 naira is because of the neatness. Because some of these tanks, you cannot just buy ordinary or just anyhow tanks. You need to know the source of that tank. You need to know what was used initially for. Like the tank I made use of, it was used to package food dye. I hope you understand. So if they can use it to convey something like that, then if I wash it, whether I wash it thoroughly or unthoroughly, if that English is correct, I don't know, whether I do it that way or not, the fishes will still be okay. Except if they use it for something more acidic, more toxic, that your fishes will not do well. So that's one. Like, how many tanks do you think people can start with?
At least you can start with like 3.
Like 3?
With 3 tank, you are still okay.
That is 35 times 3.
Yes.
If my math is okay, that should be 105. Is that?
Yes.
Good. 105 out of 500,000. Remaining how much? 395. Okay, good. Let's continue.
Then let's say you get your trampoline with plank, as just like he has said.
Okay, that means if you do not have a spare room, let's assume you are making use of tarpaulin and the planks. Like, how much roughly are you going to spend on that?
The highest you can spend on that, at least, that will contain that 3 tanks. So you have at least 35,000 naira highest.
Okay, 35,000 naira. I'm going to add additional 10,000 naira because things are getting expensive day in, day out in Nigeria. I don't know of any other country, but in Nigeria, that is that. So let's say 45,000 naira. 45,000 naira from 395, your money will be remaining how much? 350,000 naira. Okay, good. Which other thing? I think the plumbing materials.
Your plumbing material, that's the installation pipes.
Like, how much will you be spending on that?
The highest you can spend on that, at least, depend on where you are getting your water from, the distance you are getting your water from, and where the wastewater is going out.
All right.
So it depends on the distance, but at least the highest you can spend buying those materials is just, let's just say, 32,000 naira highest.
Okay, I think he likes short budgeting, but me, I like high budget. So let me round everything off to 50,000 naira.
You can't even spend up to that.
Yes, you will not spend up to that, but it's better you have a huge budget for something small and you getting change, rather than having a small budget for something huge and you going about borrowing. So let's say 50,000 naira. Yes. You are left with 300,000 naira. Okay, what will you do with the 300,000? Are you going to keep it in the bank?
No.
Okay, so what's the next thing?
From that 300,000, you still need to buy some, let's say, some bucket and some bath that you'll be needing, because along the way.
Okay.
Because so, you can't just pick anyhow bucket from your house and use it in that same place.
Okay, so give or take, let's budget like 15,000 naira on the bucket.
It's too much, but
it's too much.
Yes.
Okay, let me reduce it to 10,000 naira. Okay, so 10,000 naira from 300,000 naira. How much are you having left? 290,000. Okay, what are we going to do with the 290?
That 290,000 naira, I think the next thing you need is money for production. That's to buy your bull stocks.
Money for production.
Yes.
Okay. And when it says brew stock simply means, for the sake of those people that are newbies and they don't know much about, excuse me, they don't know much about all these terminologies. Brew stock is basically big fish that are mature. So we have 265,000 naira left, and I just told you we're going to be needing sieve and the likes. Let's budget like 5,000 naira for that. You are left with 260,000 naira. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing that you still need that your money for is you need to get constant supply of water. And how do you do that? If you do not have constant supply of electricity to pump the water, you will need a generator. So in case you do not have a generator already, you need to buy a generator that will be able to power the pumping machine, and the minimum you're going to be needing is 3 kVA generator. So that will go for around 120,000 naira thereabout. So taking away 120,000 naira out of the remaining 260, you'll be left with, if I'm not mistaken, that's 140,000 naira. And you're going to be buying fuel and the likes. So let's budget like 10,000 naira for fuel. You are left with 130,000 naira. Another thing you're going to be getting is the feed for your fries, for the newly hatched fishes, and also by the time they are of age, you will still be needing feed for them as well. So let's budget the feed formulation. You're going to be needing roughly like 50,000 naira, and with 50,000 naira, taking away 50,000 naira from 130,000 naira, you are left with 80,000 naira. And with that, is there any other thing we need to buy or to spend about?
No.
Apart from the medics?
No, unless if you be doing maintenance of gen or maybe.
Okay. So for the maintenance of generating sets, and also if you want to get medications for your fries and your for the fingerlings, let's budget like 10,000 naira thereabout. So you are left with 70,000 naira, and with the 70,000 naira, I assure you, you can keep that 70,000 naira safe without even touching it. So ladies and gentlemen, we have almost come to the end of today's chit chat with my friend, and without expatiating on this, a lot of people will not understand. So I need to tell you, almost all what we just bought, they are not just one-time things. They are going to be eternal. What I mean by eternal is something you can reuse over time, except they spoil. So like for instance, the tank you just bought, you're going to use it as long as you like. The plumbing materials, you're going to use it for the subsequent productions. And give or take, my brother, if at the end of the 2 months, because the duration of raising a fry to fingerling is just 2 months, and you get your money. So if at the end of the second month, what are your viewers expecting? What are they expecting?
To cash out their money.
Yes, you cash out. You cash out. So, and when we say cash out, that means you are selling off the newly hatched fries, the 2-month-old fingerlings. Anyways, you are selling them at any amount you so much. Borrow me that English. Any amount you like.
To sell.
Yes, and averagely, the size depends. The price depends on the sizes, and averagely the average price is around 12 to 13 naira for a fry, a fingerling that is not more than this size. And if you have a fingerling that is up to this size, I don't even know the centimeter I'm going to give to this, you can sell it as high as 20 naira. And let's assume you are able to raise from just 25,000 naira fish, that 25,000 fish, you're able to raise like 20,000 fingerlings. You just do the multiplication. 20,000 multiplied by 20 naira. That is how much? I don't even know. That should be like 400,000 naira. Is that? 400,000 naira, and that is actually your profit. That is your profit, because if you take a good look at our calculation, we are still left with 70,000 naira, and for the subsequent production, you are not going to be spending on what you already got. So 400,000 naira now. By the time you do another production, you just do the mathematics. So just like I told you at the beginning of this video, I told you, if you are able to follow our procedures and our guide, right, you'll be able to multiply your capital by 3, by 4, by 5, even it depends on you anyways. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I'm going to send tilapia to you in your dream. Bye for now. Corona is still real. Stay safe. I love you. Bye.